Remember, remember, the 5th of November. That's how the old rhyme goes, isn't it? Except it wasn't the 5th, and it wasn't November. It was the goddamn 17th of May. It was May, hot outside, but not sweltering, cold on some days, but not biting. It was a great month. People were happy. Yes, I'm saying people. I refuse to refer to that thing as a person. I don't even know if it can be called human. So yeah, people were happy, including me. Well, I was. Past tense. The 17th of May was an average day. Clouds in the sky, but the sun was still shining the majority of the time. I had just come back from a walk in the park. It was a nice park. Open grass, trees here and there, but I had just arrived back in my house, and I poured myself a glass of orange juice. My kitchen window was open. Nothing unusual, I thought. I left it open before my walk anyway. I shut it, however, as it was getting chilly in there. Just as I finished my juice, I turned on my computer, planning to check a few social medias. Before I knew it, when I got up to get a snack, it was dark outside. I turned my bedroom lights on, offhandedly, shut the wardrobe door, and tromped downstairs to check what food I had in. After a quick bowl of late-night Weetabix, I turned off the kitchen light and walked up to my bedroom. I was tired, so I shut my wardrobe door, climbed into bed, and shut my eyes. I realized too late I had forgotten to turn off my bedroom light. It was clap activated though, so I only needed to click. Something had hit the light switch. My eyes shot open, only to see the room plunged into darkness, and my heart started to pick up the pace. As I lay there under the covers, I heard, or rather sensed, a figure creeping up my bed. It was pitch dark in the room, save for the sky outside, the curtains, which was a shade of navy, only slightly lighter than black. In the darkness, a shape obscured the chink of not so quite light from the window, the shape of a head and shoulders. In my petrified state, I could only watch as the figure advanced slowly towards me. I think they must have thought I was asleep, as they didn't make much of an effort to conceal any noise they were making. Truth be told, it wasn't much, but I could hear the soft swish of clothes and gentle tromp of a foot coming down on my carpet. Now what happened next may have saved my life then. And it is due to a bad habit I have had of leaving my stuff on the floor instead of tidying it away. As I faked unconsciousness, the figure suddenly jolted and toppled with a grunt, from which I discovered whoever it was a male. They crashed into my wardrobe, and the pile of books I had on top of it tipped over the edge. The two books on the top hit the floor, first in such a way that the succession of thumps as they came into contact with the ground registered to my light, which, sensing what it thought was two claps in a row, turned itself on. I shielded my eyes from the glare, and in the confusion saw the intruder half laying and half standing in my closet. A rush of adrenaline flooded my veins as I got my first proper look at the home invader. He wore a dark green hoodie with a slightly diagonal black line going across the zip at the solar plexus to the underarm area. He had black tracksuit bottoms and white trainers with 3 blue stripes on either of them. However, the most unsettling thing was that he wore a mask. The famous anonymous mask, with the face of Guy Fawkes on it. But this mask had splatters of blood on it, dots and splashes of crimson, some clearly older than others. The most unsettling thing about him was that he had a knife. It was clutched in his right hand as he struggled to right himself. It was waving around in the air. I was full of adrenaline by now, and to my surprise leapt out of bed, yelling incomprehensible things at the masked figure as I panicked and stumbled toward my bedroom door. He lunged at me with his knife, and it was then that I caught a glimpse of another weapon, a short wooden-handled hatchet hanging at his belt. I clumsily evaded the attack and bolted downstairs through the kitchen and out my back door into the street. I reached to call the police and cursed when I realized my phone was still in my bedroom. My car keys were still in the kitchen, though. So I ran down to the road, checking behind me every so often. I couldn't see the intruder anymore, but I walked to a friend's house and explained what happened. He let me sleep at his place for as long as I needed. In fact, it was the same friend who encouraged me to check my bedside camera for any picture of the attacker, as I hadn't been able to grab one in the struggle. My friend later went back to the house to get some stuff for me, like my laptop, which is how I'm writing this now.